Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Face the Heels, Episode 5. My name is Ben Cornett. How's everyone doing tonight? Tonight, we're going to discuss more of the WrestleMania buildup. As you know, there's been another match announced for WrestleMania. Also, we're going to talk about some news that came out earlier today about Bray Wyatt and a possible injury. So that's a big news if there is an injury going on there. Also, so I'll put this on the ticker. AEW has also announced doing a third show. How do we feel about that? We'll discuss that right now. But first off, let me introduce a man who is back with us after a couple weeks hiatus. But he had stuff going on. But we appreciate him coming on tonight, Mr. Nick Rosario. Nick, how you doing, man?
Very good, Ben. Thank you very much. Appreciate coming on tonight. Thank you for having me. It's a nice little chilly Monday here in Chicago, so just taking it easy.
You have a day in Chicago, my friend. The Bears making all the deals as we stay off course for a minute.
No, sure. Yeah. It's been a good day for the Bears. I got to say, when you can pick up two linebackers that we desperately need as well. We picked up an offensive lineman, obviously, from Tennessee, right? I'm sorry, he was let go by the Buffalo. No, Buffalo was a linebacker. Tremaine Edmonds and T.J. Edwards from the Eagles, and then we picked up the lineman Nate Davis from
I didn't see that.
Yeah, we picked up a lineman. We picked up Nate Davis. So, I mean, it's a good day for the Bears, and we could talk about that more another time, but. Let's just say I've been smiling all day as I've read the reports have come in. So very happy with what we've done so far.
And let's bring in our third guest here, Mr. Johnny Dean. How you doing, Johnny?
I'm just wondering how many times Nick had to change his pants today.
You funny guy. You act like I was wearing pants today. What are you talking about?
We are past the 10 o'clock.
That's why you don't see the bottom half of this photo, my friend.
Man. Anyway, thank you guys for coming on. We're going to talk about Raw going on tonight. Obviously, there was a big announcement. Edge will be facing Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match at that's huge. I like that. That also tells me that Hell in a Cell pay-per-view or premium live event going by the wayside because they don't use those Hell in a Cell matches except for that specific pay-per-view. So I'm kind of excited about it. I think this is a good way to use a Hell in a Cell match. Do it once or twice a year for a big feud. Nick, what do you think of this matchup, especially with these two doing it inside a cage?
Yeah, it's been rumored for a while, so it wasn't a surprise to hear that was officially announced. It's I think it's going to be a great match. Obviously, there was talk about maybe him bringing the Demon back, but then they were like, maybe not because of the whole Judgment Day thing. So we'll have to see if that actually happens. But it's kind of weird now because when you think about it, the only person pretty much who doesn't have a match from the Judgment Day is Damian Priest right now. Because it looks like Dominic's going to face his father, Rhea's going to face Charlotte, and now Finn's going to face Edge. So Damian Priest needs to figure out something, or they'll throw him in the Andre Battle Royal or something where they have another one of those. But
it's Damian Pierce in the Hell in the Cell than Edge. Honestly, I was.
You know what, though? It's a payoff to this story because obviously you'll remember Edge started Judgment Day.
Right.
And then they recruited Balor, and Balor turned on him. So I think this is the perfect way to end this storyline between the two of them. Because obviously Edge will either move on after this or probably take some time off until SummerSlam or something. So this is a great way to finish this, have it in the cell. And I think it'll be a great match between these two. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 being fully Undertaker, okay? Where would you expect the brutality in this one to be?
Probably about 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I think they'll bring it. You got to bring it. You got to bring it for something like it's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm like 10 is fully Undertaker. You say 7.
Well,
I guess
someone off the top of the cage. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Edge throw Finn Balor
Yeah.
off the top.
No, and that's the thing.
Well,
I mean,
you'll never
obviously,
see
we're
that
never going to
again.
see that again.
You're never going to see that one again. But that's why it's a 10 because there are no 10s.
Yeah, well, I hear
Once
you.
you reach perfection, it stays there. You know.
Right.
Although throwing Rikishi off into that truck full of hay was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Right. That was
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. Kurt Angle's podcast, they talked about that recently.
Yeah.
About that specific match. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun match. Like you said, Nick, it was really not a surprise. Kind of a worst kept secret. You know, they've been mentioning it for
Yeah.
months. But interesting though, could they do maybe like a demon in this for Finn, or maybe and they do a brood thing with Edge? You know, kind of
well,
that together. Or do you think that's a little bit overkill?
I think they probably won't do that. I think it'll just be straight up Edge versus Balor. Hell in a Cell sells itself. So I think you don't really need the extra stuff, really. Like I said, this would be a good one anyways. So yeah, I think it'll be I'm looking forward to that. The card is shaping up really nicely so far, so
Yeah, and we
I
saw
know Edge is up there in age, man. These things can get real brutal.
48.
So
Yeah,
he
48.
might. This might be his retirement match, right?
oh, it could be close to it for sure. Like I said, I think he'll definitely take time off after this if he doesn't, depending on the
Yeah,
Both
outcome or
might
whatever
take
he
time
really
off
wants to do.
depending how brutal it gets, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he's a part timer. That's obvious.
Yeah.
He's not going to
Yeah.
stay full time. Now we did. Speaking of part timers, well, he's been kind of part time lately. Bray Wyatt. News came out he had an injury, or supposedly he's going to be out for a while with an injury. He's supposed to fight Lashley at WrestleMania. That could be put on hold possibly. If Wyatt can't go, how would they do this? Would you put Lashley in another match? Maybe with like a Uncle Howdy or something? I don't know, but this would be interesting.
Well, it's not a title match anyway, is it?
No, but
So-
it was pretty much being built to Wyatt and Lashley, but now with the
Yeah.
injury, Wyatt, they got to find
Here comes
something.
Brock.
Nah, Brock's facing Omos. Was he good? He's on the TV.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not watching Raw live. Sorry.
No, I
Oh,
wasn't
that's-
either. I was just thinking that with Lashley not having anybody there, then here comes Brock. If he takes
Yeah.
work of Omos.
Well, speaking of Brock,
Omos.
Omos tonight, I know you're not watching live, Nick, but there was a segment where I don't know if you saw it, where Omos was in the ring with Brock, and he put that clamp, that big hand, squeezed Brock's face, and then Brock didn't do anything. He got out of the ring. Like I saw some vulnerability in Brock Lesnar. I guess they're trying to sell that, like, ooh, this is the biggest challenge of their career kind of thing.
They definitely are. They're definitely trying to sell him as a giant, which I guess is okay. I mean, the guy is huge, but
Well, I like that segment. Just give him a little, give him too much.
for sure.
He's got to have some personality, though, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you're walking.
Well,
the
that's why they
steps
gave
of
him
the big show,
MVP
you
to
know what
talk
I mean?
for him.
Yeah, because you can't do a promo.
Yeah,
And
you can't do that.
Yeah, so I could see. I mean, obviously, I think the main reason why they're doing this match is for the F5. They want to see the spectacle of an F5
Yeah.
on Omos and
Oh,
Just like,
sure. Who doesn't?
Andre and Hogan that time. Yeah.
Right.
that
Yeah.
WrestleMania moment. So
For sure.
it should be. It'll be interesting to say the very least. But some other matches are getting. We're seeing more build. Obviously, with SmackDown last week, the end of that show, Cody came out after he was called out. Then Sami Zayn made this. So, it's more because Roman's not working the full-time schedule. He's going to be there in spurts and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. Give Cody a little, still have him involved with the bloodline. And
Right.
And then tonight, Kevin Owens, eventually they're gonna have to unite Kevin Owens and Sam. It's just gonna be probably maybe next week or the week after. They're eventually gonna come together. It'll be like that Shawn Hunter 2006 DX reunion where they're button heads for so long, and eventually we're gonna go up against these guys now. We're gonna team up, get rid of the bloodline. We know we can't do it on our own, so we gotta team up to take them out. So I don't know. Do you like the build of this with the Usos and
Well,
Sam?
here's my thing. The payoff to me should be, and I know it's not going to be at this particular moment, but I still think the payoff should be Jay beating Roman, because that's how this all started with Roman. Main event, the whole main event Jey Uso thing, where Roman, Jimmy had to come in and save his cousin in that cell match to get Roman to stop, and then they fell in line and that whole thing. And it's funny because just today I saw something a little bit earlier, a little nugget some people may not remember. The first time Roman was pinned in WWE was by Jay in a handicap match on Raw when they had like 10 guys taking on the Shield, and Roman was pinned by Jay. So that's something else you could bring up in this whole thing. And I think, to me, that has to be the way this story ends officially. Like, I think you need to have Jay beat Roman to stop the whole, when you're going to finish it. Like the WrestleMania thing, obviously, Cody versus, Roman is going to happen. There's talk about Backlash being Seth, Cody, and Roman for the title. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But to me, if you're going to end this thing, it should end with Jay and Roman. Personally, that's just me. But I like the story. The build has been good. What I really hope doesn't happen is that Sammy gets pushed aside somehow, because he's been a big part of this storyline, and he's really what's gotten it over. I mean, this was supposed to be a 2-week, 3-week thing with him, and it turned into a whole 9 months because Sammy made the whole thing. Right. And so I really just hope that, again, they're setting up possibly the tag match against the Usos with Kevin and him for WrestleMania. So we'll see if that, in fact, does happen. But I really think Sammy deserves a payoff with all this, because he's pretty much kept this storyline going and made it interesting. So
he has, and that's why I was thinking, why didn't they just go with Sammy versus Kevin at WrestleMania? Do like what I was telling you a while back. Have Kevin turn on at the Elimination Chamber, get Kevin healed up. It's because Sammy's more popular than that. Do it in Montreal, where it would have been the perfect setting, because you want Sammy. He's so hot as a babyface right now. You don't want him, like you're saying, to lose that steam a little bit. To cool off. And I feel like he's not really cooled off yet, but he's starting to get there. And
it is. It's starting to. You're kind of seeing the. Because Cody's being pushed, obviously, because of the main event.
Right. And like you said earlier, with Jade pretty much dropped the nugget on SmackDown Friday. I did it to protect my family.
Because I had to.
Because he had to.
Right, because he whispered to Sammy something, obviously. That's the whole thing. With them. Everybody's like, oh, well, he said something to Sammy, and then he kicked him. So, you never know. Right. I like the story, though. They're building it. Hopefully, like I said, I hope the payoff is worth all of it, because,
Yeah. So, what do you think, Johnny? What do you got?
Watching Raw just then when Chelsea came out with Carmella.
Oh, and Chelsea Green, yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They're going to form a tag team, aren't they? Chelsea and Carmella?
Yeah,
they came out together, so
some strip club or something.
Are they going to call it the Two Karens? What are they calling that? I don't know.
I'm just looking for the stripper pole in the center of the ring.
Yeah.
I'll bet you are, Johnny. I'll bet you are.
Matt Cardona's a lucky guy, dude.
There you go. Right, that's true. Good old Zack Ryder, internet champion. There you go.
So is Corey, man. It's like, God damn it, I get to see my wife every night.
Right. Man, I don't know, he may get tired of it. He sees her all the time. He might be like, all right, honey, we need a break.
We lost Ben the way she just turned around.
Yeah. Funny, Corey and Carmella live in Pittsburgh, just to let you know. They live in the Pittsburgh area.
Oh, do they really live in the Pittsburgh area?
Well, Corey Graves is from Pittsburgh, so.
Right, I know he's from there. I didn't realize he went back there, yeah.
Yeah, so. Oh, man, well, we got Bianca right now. Her match with Asuka, it's getting a little interesting. Maybe not as much build to it as we were kind of hoping for.
They're missing the thing with that, man. You could hype that all to hell.
You got two faces. That's kind of the problem. You got two baby faces.
Yeah. I hear you.
So, maybe they try to.
Asuka can have any face she wants. She wears the mask, right?
Well, that's the thing is, like, they tried to take her and give her the old character where she's a little meaner, she's more aggressive. So I think they're trying to turn her heel in that sense. But like you said, she's still over with the crowd. So it's not really working as, this is a heel versus a baby face. two people who get cheered regularly. So you're
Right.
kind of like, right, like the build hasn't been as great as it probably could have been. And I still think Asuka beats Belair at WrestleMania for the title, anyways.
Oh, I
Keep in
hope
mind,
so.
Bianca's had it for a while now, so they kind of
Yeah,
do want to see a
exactly.
change the title.
Yeah.
And
Well,
speaking
she's
of
boring.
change, let's welcome in Mr. Kyle Yacy. Kyle, how you doing tonight, bro?
Oh man, I'm good. Just finished the good half an hour workout. I'm dying.
Oh, there you go. Is the workout when you're watching Chelsea and
No, I have to shut it off. I have to shut it off. Yeah, so how's it going? Yeah, this Raw has been kind of lackluster, honestly. It hasn't been that great.
outside the Cody LA Knight match? I mean, and the Brock Omos segment.
The
Yeah,
Brock
it's
Almost
been-
segment.
Omos, I should say. sorry.
Omos.
It's been
Yeah.
it's just there. It's again 3 hours of Raw is just so tough to watch, man.
It really is. SmackDown does it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours, get in and out, get your stuff in, you're out.
Yeah.
So Kyle, we talked about earlier Bray Wyatt possibly injured.
Yeah, I was reading that actually.
Yeah, what do you think, man? If they can't have him go at Mania,
Oh
if
man,
they show up. I mean, at least show up, be present. I mean, you could.
I
do
don't
some
know.
things with them,
It's not looking good. I can tell you that. Like, I you know what? There's got to be something else going on that we don't know about. Like, I don't know. It just seems really odd. You have this big comeback, right? Where the crowd obviously wants you. They want you in WWE, and you have one show and like maybe like three live event shows. Like, what's going on with that? Something doesn't add up. I don't know. It's really weird, and maybe it's a case of just Triple H wanting to bring back everybody and not giving everybody enough time. Like maybe that's what it is. Like maybe Bray Wyatt should be on Raw and not SmackDown, right? For those 3 hours.
Yeah, I did hear something, Kyle. I did read on Twitter today that there was maybe a creative dispute, and maybe he walked out during a Raw or a SmackDown last week or something like that. But then there were reports saying no, it's not true. That he's had an injury he's dealing with, undisclosed. But I mean, I got to say it's been kind of disappointing lately.
Oh, absolutely.
Does a pride injury count as an injury?
No,
Not to the ego there.
I don't think so. I don't think it doesn't need to be a pride thing. Like he already has his fan base. He'll always have his fan base. It is just disappointing, to be quite honest with you. I hope not. I'm going to lean on the side of I don't think so in this scenario that it's him walking out. I'm going to trust the fact that it's probably an injury. It just wouldn't make sense to me from his point of view. You know what I mean? Why would he want to come back and then all of a sudden just decide that he's going to have creative disputes, especially when Triple H is running the show? I don't know.
Well, after watching Vice Network and Legends and Dark Side of the Ring, it's like always ego. There's always ego. None of them get away without it.
Yeah, that's true. But also,
yeah,
I was
you're not wrong.
I'm sorry. I was going to say real quick, Vince McMahon was at Raw last week for John Cena, but he was, at the whole show. There's rumors that he still has a couple of fingers in that, dipping in that creative process.
He gives suggestions, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
who knows?
Suggestions.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. Like, the only reason why I think that Triple H still has the creative reins for the most part. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Vince McMahon puts a bug in his ear every now and again, but just seeing of who the top stars are, like, those were Triple H's guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. So until I start seeing Vince McMahon going back to his normal guys and, the guys that he over publicizes, then we'll talk. You know what I mean? But I do think that Triple H has a good grasp on it. Maybe they just, cornered themselves into, moving these storylines like a little bit too slow. Maybe potentially that's what it is, right? Like a lot of these storylines have been leaked for a while. Like I'm going to say upwards to about 4 months at least, right?
Yeah. Some of them, yeah.
Yeah. So
Hunter is a guy that does it right, though. He wants that slow build with all these storylines. Okay, Johnny's stepped out for a minute. He likes that slow build, and with me, I'm kind of more. I don't know if you guys agree, Nick, or anything, but you think Triple H is pushing too many of his guys, his NXT guys? I mean, it kind of
Yeah.
seems like a little.
Well,
bit.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's more balanced because so I mean the NXT guys who were called up, Gargano. I mean, Gargano is featured every week, but it's not like he's in a very prominent like main storyline. Who else is from? Well, Bianca was from NXT. She's the champ, but she's been up for a while.
Dexter
I mean,
Lumis.
MLC, and that got put in the background after that home match with the Miz getting the contract. Dexter Lumis is barely shown. See, you know how you know Triple H is in charge when guys like Chad Gable and Otis get pushed. Like that's how you know that Triple H. Vince McMahon would never push those two. They would lose every week. And now with
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed. Well, but still, at least Gable wins matches now. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't lose every week like he was before. He actually, and then they're branching him away from Otis. Otis is going to join Male Models or whatever. Maximum Male Models. Whatever they're called. Otis is going to join. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but apparently Otis is going to join them. So I just think, like I said, Triple H has done a pretty good job for the most part. I think the one storyline we were talking about that he really fell short on is that whole Bray Wyatt thing, especially with LA Knight. You have a 6-minute match at a pay-per-view. You introduced all these other characters, and then nothing ever happens with them.
Yeah,
you're just like, what the hell is going on there?
So much potential. Like there is so much potential with that storyline. Like I don't understand how you screw it up so bad.
Right. It's just like that hasn't worked at all. Like I'm not interested anymore. I'm bored with it. To be honest with you.
I don't know. I mean, hopefully this is just kind of a lag and they can get back on
hope so.
track. But I mean, but then again though, Bray Wyatt's had those, moments where he's been up, down, and when you and Kyle, he's right. He does have his fan base, but it seems like it's harder to get behind him when he has these like lapses and pushes and storyline and creative direction. So that's one of the reasons why he left WWE for a while. They didn't believe in his direction. That's Vince more than anything. But it is kind of surprising that he hasn't done better than we'd hoped for. But hopefully, like Kyle says, he's got his fan base and he could come back and give a good storyline. So
I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't imagine if he's not on SmackDown this Friday. I don't imagine like he'll make it to WrestleMania. I'd have a very hard time seeing something like that.
Yeah.
And it'd have to be multiple segments. Like it will actually, I guess that's not necessarily true. I think you need at least a solid 2 good segments for Bray Wyatt to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah, at least.
You only got a couple more anyways.
Yeah.
Let's read some of our comments. Scott Taylor first.
First.
Scott's not first. Okay. Scott's
not your Alrighty then.
Our show. You're still not first. LMAO. Let's see. Let Ben make that decision. Okay, Scott.
Oh, there we go.
It's not your show either. So, Scott, I want to have a cage match with Jenna.
Nice.
Okay, Jenna Jameson. Okay. She's a little older. Jenna Hayes. Jack Funk was from St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah, the Funks. Remember Terry Funk?
Jimmy Jack Funko.
God damn it. Me and Mankind, we used to kick each other's asses, beat the shit out of each other. And I jumped off a ladder in ECW.
Oh, so it's the gold match.
Face the heel.
He's fighting Kevin Owens, right?
Yeah. I'm expecting Sami Zayn to come out.
Tonight? Yeah. Could this be the night? I mean, but Kevin hasn't shown up on SmackDown. I think that's by design because he doesn't want to.
It has to be a match, though.
Yeah. I mean, and Kyle, they're going to get to that. I think they're going to maybe next week they'll finally unite. It's kind of like that Hunter Sean thing in 2006 where they reformed DX. They were button heads for a while, and then they got that
Diaz.
together and yeah, 2 words.
Yeah,
for
Right. 2 words for you.
Canada.
Oh, Canada. There's 2 words. Oh, Canada.
2 words.
Oh my
2 words
god.
for you.
Love that. Gotta show love.
Oh, Canada,
Well, I was singing
our
it.
home and native land. That's all I
Look at
got.
that,
I'm sorry.
boys. Are you
That's
here
all I
happy
know.
because of free agency right now? That's why you're all glowing right now.
I know, right?
Absolutely, my friend. Come on. The Bears are
Uh,
making moves. It's great.
Oh,
No,
buddy,
let's-
Chelsea, I feel you. The Falcons finally have a secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have
how
a
about that,
secondary too, Kyle.
Huh?
Jesse Bates.
Jalen Ramsey to the
Buddy,
Dolphins.
Jesse Bates, Ellis, we just signed like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Onimata. Who else do we get? Oh yeah, and Jonnu from the Patriots. Like we got like a solid blocking tight end.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that was I was like interesting move, but I think that helps whatever running game you guys can pull out this year.
Yeah, I'm really curious. Like I'm not entirely sure where we're going with this, but like
Right.
I have a feeling. We're gonna sign a wide receiver.
That would be good. That would be good.
Yeah, because I still want to go defense first in the draft. Like that's what I
Oh, I'm
want.
sure.
Adam Thielen's out there. Just
You know
saying.
what? Adam Thielen would be fine on the Falcons. I would not hate that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Ritter needs some weapons. You know,
Well, we'll see if
Yeah,
he's even the guy. Like Ritter, they might just run for a year and see what's up.
The quarterbacks are coming off the board though. Garoppolo's gone.
Oh,
Carr is gone.
I don't want a quarterback.
What?
I never
like
Yeah. At one point wanted a quarterback coming out. Like even in free agency, I didn't want us to sign anybody. I didn't want
Okay.
Lamar. I don't want a quarterback.
I hear you.
Like it would ruin our cap space right now at this point.
yeah.
Well,
Mr.
you never know. You could get one in the draft. I don't know if they decide to go that way, but
Yeah,
I think you have other needs that are more pressing. But
that's what I mean.
Scott, why would you want to watch The Good Doctor?
I love that show. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest.
Where's Alex Chambra? I always look forward to his insight.
Yeah, where is he?
Oh,
He's
he's probably got his Dakota Kai poster. He's looking at it or something.
Oh,
you know,
probably.
some of that. You know,
Ben,
Yeah.
would you have been pissed if the Bucks signed Lamar?
Yes and no. Well, no. Because you gotta, look, listen. He's a great quarterback. He's a very talented.
No,
guy.
he's not a great. Stop it.
Gonna
He's
get
a great
2
running
first
back.
rounders. The worry for me is injuries, and 2 first rounders we got to give up. I don't want to go
Yeah.
down that John Gruden hole again, where we gave up all that for John Gruden, and then it
Yeah.
circled back
yeah,
decade. No. So
for sure.
Scott, you got your wish.
Smart.
Smile. There it is.
Always, man. Always.
Always.
Right.
That's what it's all about, man. Smile, man.
You have to be pretty limber to face the heels.
Scott,
You know it, buddy. You know it.
gotta be
You know
pretty
it.
hungry to face the heels. Yeah. Well, that comment could be several different meanings to that. And we won't-
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sean, can we please end this whole Dominic push?
Yeah,
That's
honestly, man.
good. I like this father-son. He's becoming a real good heel, Dominic.
Stepdad Ray, I dropped my pencil. Why did it end up in the dryer, eh?
But I
Oh
like it.
no.
Called him Uncle Eddie. He wish he was Eddie's kid.
Uncle Eddie.
Remember that whole feud in 2005? Like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
I do.
stepson.
They,
How did it end up
They
in
had
the
the-
dryer?
they had the match for custody of Dominic. I remember that. Yeah.
But it was a
Oh,
great
Dad, I
story.
learned something in prison. Don't drop the soap.
Don't
But
drop this bird. Mommy, help me.
Mommy. Yeah.
Mommy, help
Mummy?
me.
Mummy?
Yeah. Mommy. Rhea.
You gotta admit, the guy's got tremendous heat. Everybody hates him the minute he walks out.
Oh, I know.
So he's doing his job. He's definitely doing his job because they hate him. It's-
But he's just a shit wrestler, though. That's the worst part. Like, it's not even like he's good. Like, if he at least put on some good moves and stuff, sure, whatever, right? But he doesn't.
It's okay. He's learning. Again, he's only been in the business a few years. So
Yeah.
That's true, though.
speaking of
And I
mommy,
won't lie. The match he had with Seth Rollins was actually not bad.
yeah.
When he
Did you
first, that match, that actually was I know Seth probably carried him for most of it, but it actually wasn't a bad match at all. Like, I think the kid has potential. They're just not putting he's not there for the wrestling right now. It's more the character stuff. You know what I mean? Like the way he wins is cheap heat. He cheats. It's all they're purposely setting him up that way. So I don't know if they'll ever do it where they actually let him really try to wrestle and try to let him get better in that regard.
NXT would do him good.
Probably. No, I don't think that would hurt him, right? I think if he went down, it'd be great. But
yeah.
But but see, guys, that's what gets you over is your personality. It's not the flippy.
No, I know. I know.
Young Bucks. Great match.
We have enough heels though, Ben. Like we have enough heels on the show. That's the issue. Is there's so many heels right now. There's not enough baby faces.
Yeah, I mean, other than Cody and Sammy, I mean, well, maybe
like the whole Judgment Day is a heel. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the whole Bloodline is a heel, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Owens kind of is a baby face, but he's also kind of a heel, right?
Right. Kevin Owens is his own category.
Austin Theory, heel. Bianca Belair, sure, baby face. Who else is heels? Usos, heels. Like literally all of our champions pretty much are heels.
Oh yeah. Right now, pretty much.
Carson Wentz is available and for
nah, man, don't want him. Don't want any quarterback. I'll run with Ritter for a year. I'm totally okay with it.
Kyle, what time is it there?
Oh, it's 8:47.
Are you trying to be Canadian? Come on, man. Don't do that. You're not allowed to do A in the comments, okay?
It's actually EH, though, technically.
EH. There you go. See? That's the real Canadian right there. He spelled
the whole feud with Ray is blah to me. Yeah.
EH. This whole feud with Ray is blah to me. No, I think it's good, Sean. I'm going to have to disagree with you. I like it. My only concern, though, with this is I'm wondering if they're going to have a run-in at the Hall of Fame ceremony where, Ray, get presented, and then all of a sudden Dominic, then you have your WrestleMania match.
Yeah, but that'd be funny if Conan knocked him out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's going to induct Ray, so Dominic comes right out, Conan just clocks him. That'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's going to induct him in the Hall of Fame.
Who's it? Awesome. Who's inducting him?
Conan.
Who's Conan?
Oh, WCW.
He used to wrestle for WCW. He's big Mexican, Mexico promotions.
No.
Okay.
He was in WWE briefly back in the WWF days. He was Max Moon for a minute.
I don't know. I actually don't know who that is.
Okay, he's been around a long time though, Kyle. It's okay. Yeah, he's been around a while.
Yeah. So.
Mostly in Mexico. He's a big star in Mexico.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, big star in Mexico.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
now.
you know what
best friends.
The Rey Mysterio feud, you know what it reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
The Washington Commanders. That's for you, Sean.
Ooh, here we go.
Only love, buddy. Only love.
That's right. Here it is.
More comments on the show tonight because I could use some. Sean's going to be typing up anything. He's going to be like,
he's going to start typing up everything.
Take it easy, Sean.
Oh, here we go.
Take it easy, Sean.
Right on cue. If I have to hear Dominic call Rhea Ripley mommy one more time, what's his mommy? What's his
That's
mama?
funny.
It's his baby right
Mommy.
there.
What do you think she whispers? What do you think? There it is.
Wow.
Missed you, Sean. Missed you.
She's whispering.
Hey, just for the record, if Rhea Ripley wanted to be my mommy, I would not be upset with it. All right.
That's just thinking it, but you said it.
No.
That's right.
Be telling you, I'm your mommy, bitch.
She can tell me whatever she wants.
Yeah.
I'll put it through that way.
Ben, don't use fucking profanity on your show, okay? Fuck.
Yeah. But Buddy Murphy's a lucky man.
Oh, God. I'm the boogeyman. I'm coming to get you.
If I'm not mistaken,
here we go.
Against your teams this year.
Oh my God! Here we go, Sean. You gotta tug on the strings wherever you can do it, eh?
Anthony Hiddy, where are you?
I don't know where he is, Scott. Man, you got us, so deal with it.
Right. You got the three-headed monster here. That's what you get.
Did you see Rhea's new WrestleMania commercial when she's
No.
7 from she's placed 7 from
Stranger
11.
Things.
Yeah, 11 from Stranger Things, and she's like
I haven't seen it yet. No.
staring at a can that has Flair's name on it, and
Oh,
and she has the nosebleed and everything. It's pretty cool.
No way.
Okay, yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool, man.
That's hilarious. Yeah, this sounds bad. I think I am more excited for this WrestleMania than the last one. For sure, I can easily say that. But I don't know. It's tough. I want to see where the new storylines are going to go. I kind of want to see how that's going to develop. Like, I want to get over all this bloodline BS. Honestly, I'm past that. I want to see Cody Rhodes fight some other people. You know what I mean? Kind of build up his repertoire and all of that, and maybe I want to see the tag team division actually get a little bit more involved, right? Like the Usos having both titles. I think that's just where I'm kind of getting sick of it, right? Like, you have one faction like keeping 4 titles. Like, why? What's the point?
Exactly.
It's boring.
I agree. It's about time to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like what Nick was saying earlier. Ultimately, we're probably going to see Jay versus Roman, probably at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, something like that. Because like you said, that'll start with the titles, and then like Sammy and Kevin will probably win them, and then Roman will probably lose his title to Cody, and then that's where we're going to start seeing those domino.
Oh, and Sean Spencer, blowouts. I just want to say, a blowout doesn't mean like a 1-2 point game. All right, settle down. Okay, that's not a blowout. Okay, it's not a blowout.
Yeah, he still holds on to that 12-7 victory over us too. So
yeah.
Well, at least they got a really good coach, though. We'll see what the Commanders do.
Yeah. Well, one more thing I want to get into tonight, guys, is AEW is adding another wrestling show.
Are they?
Why?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Why?
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised, actually. So, one of the big things with AEW, the biggest complaints of people going over there, were that, like, literally what I was saying earlier, is that they were oversaturated by stars and people not getting enough time.
They signed everybody who was in WWF.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is now if they get another show, then everybody can get the time they deserve. Actually, I think this is going to help AEW.
Is it?
Well, we'll see, right? Yeah.
Stale. I mean, they haven't moved up. They've kind of been just in the same spot, under 1 million viewers a week. And Rampage only does maybe like half of that. Not even that. I mean, I think it's more. It's not so much the show, and I understand what you're saying. You can get everybody on a show and everything, and that's good. That's nothing wrong with that. It's just that they really haven't built those guys up.
Yeah,
that they've signed. It's almost like Tony Khan's like with the checkbook, like, okay, good, I can get this guy, or I can get that guy. I can, and then a month later, you're in catering. You're not doing anything, or you're on YouTube.
That was the thing. Like when they first started signing all the WWE people, and then you saw them for like 1 or 2 weeks, and then they were gone.
Yeah, where's he been?
Like,
who
came back? Keith Lee. Like, where's he? He
just came back.
Well, I mean, Rusev, Mito, Rusev. Where the hell did he go?
Yeah, no
Christian,
idea.
you don't see him often.
Jeff Hardy's in rehab.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, I think he's coming back now. I'm not sure if he's coming back to AEW, but I know he's like clean as of now, right? So
Swerve. Where's he been?
Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, this guy's ultra talented. I mean, how can you not be pushing that guy more?
Yeah.
It's just like, and then I guess this Wednesday they're gonna have MJF doing a bar mitzvah, like a
jeez.
MJF though is probably one of the most talented wrestlers of this generation.
Oh, he is, no doubt about it.
By
far. Yeah. So, we got Sean Spencer here. He's back. Good comment here. It's going to be like where Nitro and Thunder did with the WCW roster. It gave us more of an opportunity to see Disco Inferno.
Disco Inferno. Hey, he was the TV champion for a while. Don't make fun of Disco Inferno, okay?
Well, no,
Don't even
but
know
he
who that is.
hasn't
I don't think I
you know?
remember a lot of the. I don't know a lot of the WCW people. I don't think. Maybe
Yeah,
that's after or
No,
before
I
my
got
time.
Nick,
yeah, no, I feel you.
Nick, we're gonna have to educate Kyle on some WCW.
WCW, sure.
He's got some
Why
homework to
not?
do.
My dad used to watch it all the time too. Like I guarantee
Yeah.
he'd slap me right now.
Those are the old days.
You know that.
Great days. The great days of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Mid to
Well,
late 90s, early 2000s.
One day. But anyways,
Yeah.
guys, I'm out. I'm gonna go do some cleaning before I head to bed and stuff. So
All right, Kyle.
see you
Kyle,
guys.
promote yourself, dude.
Have a good night, sir.
Okay, well, I'm on a plethora of shows, if you did not know. So we have Let's Talk Football, NFC South Takeover, new night to be determined. So you can catch me on that on the odd time. On the odd Thursdays, we have Off the Boards on North Sports Dynasty, where we talk Edmonton Oilers and hockey and all the good stuff. And then also on Fridays as well, where we're getting ready for the mock draft and as well talking, potential trades and what's going on with there. So yeah, and the Ben Zone when I decide to pop in for WWE. So yeah, give me a follow. Thank you.
All right, Kyle. Thanks for tuning in, man. And we will see you next time, bro.
See you soon.
All right. There we go. Thank you, Kyle, for everything. And also, let's see, Sean Spencer's got one more NFC South needs to return. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna not be great for a while, although the Saints did get Derek Carr, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, why don't we go ahead and wrap this great show up,
Sure.
man? Nick,
Yeah.
where can we find you at, man?
Well, as always, during football season, and every now and again with a special, you'll see Tuesday evenings. Let's Talk Football, the Round Table. Up here on Face the Heels, of course. I enjoy talking wrestling. Still in the works as a possible me and Johnny Dean doing something, so stay tuned for that. Let's see what else. Every now and again, I appear on the NFL edition on Thursday nights, which is always that's a fun time.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I pop up here and there everywhere, but you'll see my face. You know who I am, the guy with the black and white beard here and the gray hair. So I'm always around. Thank you for patronizing everything that I appear on. And Ben, thank you for having me on this program. Appreciate it.
Well, Nick, it's always a pleasure to have you on, and
Thank you.
it is indeed my pleasure. And by the way, I was watching WrestleMania 5 last night, and I think I saw you on there. Akeem.
Oh, yeah, I got big. The Jive So Bro. Yeah, the best. That was the best one with Slick. They did a David Jive So Bro. A Jive So Bro. They come out to that stupid music. Remember that?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
good old Twin Towers was him and Bossman. The Twin Towers or whatever they called them.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Akeem.
great character, man. But dude, I'm
That
gonna
was
need
so cool.
that Akeem outfit on, maybe for
You
Halloween.
want me to put a dashiki in the hat or whatever? Yeah.
Do that,
I don't know about that. We'll talk about that later, Ben.
All right. All right, guys. With that being said, we are going to wrap this one up this week for Face the Heels. We're going to be back next week, next Monday night. And also, guys, WrestleMania is coming up. We're going to do both night 1 and night 2 before WrestleMania goes on. Very excited about that. I'm going to try to get more guests on, Nick, because I got a lot of wrestling fans. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because this is a big deal. This is our Super Bowl. WrestleMania is
right. Exactly right.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for commenting on the show, and we will see you guys next week on Face the Heels. Have a good night, guys.
All right. Have a good one.